Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Before we begin today's proceedings, I'd like to remind everyone that today's meeting is being recorded and live streamed to the public. Kettle Creek Conservation Authority wishes to acknowledge the treaty and traditional lands originally occupied by the Indigenous First Nation peoples of the Anishinaabe, Attawaddaron, and Haudenosaunee nations. KCCA strives to build meaningful relationships with Indigenous communities and recognizes the importance of respecting these treaties and lands. The board met for the first time this year on January 15th, 2025. At that meeting, an election of officers was conducted with Todd Noble from the municipality of Central Elgin being acclaimed as chair, and Sharon McMillan, representing the municipality of Thames Centre, acclaimed as vice chair. Congratulations to you both. I now turn the meeting over to our chair, Todd Noble.
Welcome. Do any members have a disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, then I'll do my remarks here.
Actually, Mr. Chair, can I do a quick roll call before you do the remarks, just because we have some people joining online? Sam Trousseau.
Here. Present.
Sam, wake up. That's Sam.
I'll come back. Lori Baldwin Sands. Here.
I'm here.
Lori's representing the municipality or the city of St. Thomas. Jim Herbert.
Present.
Representing the city of St. Thomas. Todd Noble.
Present.
Municipality of Central Elgin. Grant Jones.
Present.
Township of Southold. Sharon McMillan.
Present.
Thames Centre. Frank Burrs.
Present.
Middlesex Centre. John Wilson.
Here.
Malahide Township. And Sam.
I'm here. Hello.
It might be the presentations blocking the sound.
Sam, are you there?
Yes, I am. I am here.
Nah.
Hi, Sam. Thank you.
Waving his hand. There he is.
Mr. Chair, we have JJ Strybosch sends regrets and Jerry Pribble is on leave. So we have 8 of 10 members present.
Well, we're still live streaming today's meeting and many are joining us virtually. It is great to have board members, staff, and partners in this boardroom. Welcome. I'd like to thank the membership for their vote of confidence, and I'll do my best to provide strong leadership over the year ahead. As someone who is newer to KCCA's board of directors, I have quickly come to appreciate the dedication, passion, and hard work of both my fellow board members and the devoted staff of KCCA. Their effort, along with the generosity and support of our community, make a real and lasting impact on our watershed. Today, as we hear about KCCA's successes in 2024, I extend my deepest appreciation to each and every one of you who have contributed to our work. Whether through land donation, volunteering, financial support, or simply sharing our message, your generosity fuels our efforts and inspires all of us. The path forward is brighter because of you, our community, our partners, and our supporters. I'll now call upon Scott Travers from Graham Scott Ends to present the 2024 audited financial statements. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Scott Travers, and I'm representing the accounting firm Graham Scott Ends. We are the auditors of Kettle Creek Conservation Authority. We perform the audit of the financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2024. Part of our responsibility audit is to communicate the audit findings in our auditor's report to the board and management and at the annual general meeting. The report and other pages presented are excerpts of the full set of financial statements. These statements were made available and presented to the board on February 5th, 2025, and a full set of the audited financial statements for the year December 31st, 2024 will be available on the website. As with any audit, the financial statements are the responsibility of management, the organization, which is what this first page we're showing. And our role as auditors is to audit the financial statements, including the notes to the financial statements as presented by management. As auditors, we provide in our responsibility auditor's report. I'll provide an overview of our auditor's report through there. So it's up on the screen here. The first section of the auditor's report outlines what was audited that being the financial statements and notes to the financial statements, and then explain their opinion. We issued an unqualified opinion on these financial statements, and that our audit concluded the financial statements were free from material misstatement. I'll now read our audit opinion. We have audited the financial statements of Kettle Creek Conservation Authority, which comprise the statement of financial position as at December 31st, 2024, the statement of operations and accumulated surplus, statement of changes in net financial assets, and the statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and the notes to the financial statements, including a summary of significant accounting policies. In our opinion, the organization's financial statements present fairly, in all material respects, the financial position of the organization as of December 31st, 2024, and the results of its operations and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with Canadian public sector accounting standards. Further sections of the auditor's report are as follows. The next section, titled Responsibilities of Management and those charged with governance for the financial statements, outlines the responsibility of management and those charged with governance, which is to say that the financial statements, notes, and the controls to appropriately reflect the transactions, management's responsibility. The next section titled Auditor's Reports, the audit of the financial statements. So it's at the bottom of that page, going on to the next page. Section outlines a little bit more of what an audit is, and that we're looking to obtain reasonable assurance the statements are free from material misstatements. And the final section will be a date of this audit report, which will be today, February the 25th, I believe, 2025, which the statements are to be approved. The next page included a statement of financial position, which shows the authority's assets and liabilities as of December 31st, 2024, with comparative figures for December 31st, 2023, with the total of these assets, broken out into financial assets, financial liabilities, and non-financial assets such as tangible capital assets, with the total of these assets and excess of liabilities to be the accumulated surplus at December 31st, 2024 of $5.6 million. The final page included a statement of operations is the statement of operations for the full year ended December 31st, 2024, with comparative budget and December 31st, 2023 figures presented, which outlines the authority's revenue by type and expenditures by segment, showing the net financial statement surplus for the year ended $984,000. Again, it should be noted that these pages are presented are excerpts of the full set of the financial statements that should be made available on the authority's website. Thank you. Questions or?
Somebody want to move the adoption of Frank? Lori? Any questions? Call the vote.
Sam?
I think people should realize who are here that we've already reviewed the budget at our last meeting. So we don't really have any questions today. It's not that we're ignoring what's going on. We reviewed it and had questions already. So just an FYI for people attending.
So on passing the 2024 financial statements, Sam Trousseau,
Yes.
I see Sam raising his hand. Lori Baldwin Sands.
Yes.
Jim Herbert.
Yes.
Todd Noble.
Yes.
Grant Jones.
Yes.
Sharon McMillan.
Yes.
Frank Burrs.
Yes.
John Wilson.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
I'll call upon Elizabeth to present the 2024 annual report.
It's my privilege to present the 2024 annual report. The achievements highlighted in this year's annual report are not just statistics. They are a testament to the unwavering commitment of our staff and the community to protect and enhance our watershed for future generations. As we reflect on this year, we recognize that generosity comes in many forms: time, expertise, financial support, and the selfless act of giving back to the land that sustains us all. This year, we witnessed extraordinary examples of this generosity in action. We extend our deepest gratitude to the Gill and Lyle families whose donations have ensured the permanent protection of 96.5 acres of land in the township of Southwold. In 2024, the Gills expanded their initial land donation from 2022, donating an additional 15.5 acres, bringing the total protected area at Deer Ridge Conservation Area to 61.5 acres. While most of the land will be preserved as an environmentally significant area, the public has access to a 1.7-kilometer hiking trail. Inspired by their neighbor's donation, Jim Lyle and family also made a lasting contribution, donating 35 acres adjacent to Deer Ridge Conservation Area, now known as the Stanley Lyle Grove. Through their vision and generosity, Deer Ridge Conservation Area and the Stanley Lyle Grove will forever remain a sanctuary for wildlife and a place of discovery for generations to come. A 4-season inventory was conducted on the newly donated lands. The survey confirmed the presence of 7 natural vegetation communities and at least 219 species within the area. Among the species found, there were 6 species at risk and 5 other provincially rare species. Restoration is underway on these new properties. Invasive species are being tackled. Phragmites, woody invasive species like buckthorn, and control efforts on Canada thistle are being undertaken to restore a meadow on the property. 3 wetlands were created in the fall of 2024. These wetlands will help to bolster wetland coverage percentages for the watershed and provide habitat for wetland-dependent species. We are preparing to plant 6,300 trees at the Stanley Lyle Grove in this spring as part of the first phase of naturalizing the previously farmed agricultural lands. The land donations were supported by funding from Environment and Climate Change Canada's Canada Nature Fund. These donations remind us that conservation is a shared responsibility, one that transcends generations and leaves a lasting legacy. Beyond land donations, we saw generosity manifest in many other ways. Through the Community Emergency Preparedness Grant, over $48,000 was awarded to enhance flood forecasting and warning capabilities, protecting residents and infrastructure. Real-time cameras and a new weather monitoring station will provide crucial data to mitigate the risks of flooding and storm surges in the watershed. Additionally, KCCA updated floodplain mapping for a 24-square-kilometer section of the Dodd Creek subwatershed. This project was supported by the Flood Hazard Identification and Mapping Program led by Natural Resources Canada in partnership with Environment and Climate Change Canada and Public Safety Canada. KCCA secured $9,502 in funding from Fisheries and Oceans Canada to continue the municipal drain classification project. KCCA staff conducted electrofishing surveys at 13 sites throughout the watershed to facilitate the review and approval of drain maintenance activities. KCCA has sampled drains throughout the watershed for 9 years, identifying 31 fish species across 135 sampling locations to date. KCCA's campgrounds, Lake Whitaker and Dalewood, continue to be popular tourist destinations, with over 36,000 camping nights booked in the 2024 season. Thanks to a generous $200,000 donation from the estate of Sam Bennett, a longtime neighbor of Lake Whitaker, 4 cabins are being introduced to the lakeshore camping area. Nestled among trees and just steps from the lake, these cabins offer the perfect blend of comfort and adventure. Drainage improvements and site preparations were completed in 2024 to ensure the cabins will be ready for rental in the 2025 season. KCCA's tree planting initiatives flourished thanks to the generosity of landowners and community partners. With over 42,000 native trees planted and survival rates for KCCA's planted sites exceeding 90%, we are restoring landscapes, sequestering carbon, and enhancing biodiversity. The support of organizations such as Forest Canada and Tree Canada are essential to these efforts. We even planted 2,024 trees in partnership with Fanshawe College to honor their 2024 graduates. Graham and Catherine Perot retired 11 acres of agricultural land on their property in central Elgin to be restored. 2 wetlands were created, 3.5 acres of tall grass prairie consisting of over 20 species of native grasses and wildflowers was established, and over 5,000 tree seedlings were planted. The heart of conservation lies within its people. In 2024, volunteers, students, and community members gave their time and energy to protect and restore the watershed. Whether it was removing invasive species, planting trees, or engaging in educational outreach, their dedication made a tangible impact. The return of the St. Thomas Elgin Children's Water Festival saw 3,200 students from 23 different schools over 4 days having fun while learning about water through hands-on activities. The festival required over 350 volunteers to make this event a success, including over 200 high school students. Since 2008, the Carolinian Forest Festival has been inspiring young minds through hands-on outdoor education, and this year was no exception. Nearly 2,000 young learners participated, experiencing firsthand the wonders of a Carolinian forest and learning more about biodiversity, climate change, and species at risk. Students from the Environmental Leadership Program at East Elgin Secondary School and Thames Valley District School Board's H3 ELP program were instrumental in the event's success. The Kettle Creek Environmental Youth Corps, a dedicated group of local high school students, gained hands-on experience in environmental conservation. Through their hard work, they planted wildflowers and trees and removed invasive woody species. KCCA hosted another TD Tree Days event and saw over 50 eager volunteers plant 300 potted trees and shrubs at Dan Patterson Conservation Area. Our hiking trails connect people to our properties and the watershed. In 2024, 62,000 people stepped into nature on the 24 kilometers of trails on KCCA properties throughout the watershed. As we look to the future, we remain committed to our mission of conserving and enhancing this watershed, not just for today, but for generations to come. Each action we take, no matter how small, is a gift to the future. Together, we are making a difference. Together, we are leaving a legacy of stewardship, sustainability, and hope. And as we move forward, let us continue to stand united in our efforts, knowing that the work we do today will shape our shared tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'll ask for a motion of adoption of Elizabeth's report. Grant and Sharon.
So on the motion to adopt the 2024 annual report, Sam Trousseau. I see a hand. Lori Baldwin Sands.
Yes.
Jim Herbert.
Yes.
Todd Noble.
Yes.
Grant Jones.
Yes.
Sharon McMillan.
Yes.
Frank Burrs.
Yes.
John Wilson.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Now, looking forward to the 2025 budget, we have before us our 2025 budget for consideration. The budget has been reviewed and discussed by the board in detail at previous meetings. It is presented this morning for final consideration of board members.
I'll move it.
Sam has a question, I believe.
Oh, I was just gonna
No,
move.
he's just passing it.
Okay.
So the motion is that the proposed 2025 budget be approved as presented with expenditures of $3,209,331. By our bylaws, we do have to do a recorded vote, and it is a weighted vote. So Sam Trousseau, I
Need a
saw.
seconder?
Oh, yes, we do deem a motion. Yes, thank you. Moved
Sam's
by,
move.
Sam's moved.
Seconder? Sharon?
My apologies. So now on the vote, Sam Trousseau.
Yes.
I see a hand. Lori Baldwin Sands.
Yes.
Jim Herbert.
Yes.
Todd Noble.
Yes.
Grant Jones.
Yes.
Sharon McMillan.
Yes.
Frank Burrs.
Yes.
John Wilson.
Yes.
And that motion passes with 66.67% of the weighted vote and 100% of the vote present.
Thank you. Okay. Call Elizabeth for staff recognition.
every general meeting, we take time to honor those employees who have reached a significant milestone, and today we're honoring 2 employees. I'd ask Brandon Waller to come up. Brandon has reached the milestone of 5 years of full-time service with the authority. Brandon's quiet, discerning nature means he builds relationships with coworkers and clients with ease. He is adaptable. Originally hired at the height of the pandemic through an employment grant, and I signed his contract in the parking lot because we still didn't know about all the issues with the pandemic. Brandon has easily transitioned from trail technician to forestry crew lead and now focuses on invasive species management on our properties. Brandon is building an intimate knowledge of the watershed, which will prove valuable in the years to come. Congratulations. Our second employee today is Rob Lindsay. Rob is recognized today for achieving 10 years of service with the authority as KCCA's Dalewood Conservation Area Coordinator. However, his dedication to this organization predates that, having filled other roles at the authority earlier in his career. Rob's loyalty, dependability, and versatility make him an ideal mentor to new staff. He fosters a positive work environment that is appreciated by his coworkers and campers at Dalewood alike. Thank you. And while these individuals deserve special recognition today, I want to thank all staff for their efforts over the past year. I'm privileged to work with a group of natural leaders who inspire me every day to seek new and creative ways to approach challenges and drive progress. There are no egos in this organization, just self-starters who embrace each challenge as a team, who collaborate, laugh, and build each other up. Thank you.
Oh. Sure. Okay. Our MP Karen Becky was here. I'll invite her to the podium.
Oh, Holly. Yeah, so this is my 10 seconds or less, but I would hate to miss one of your AGMs. I'm really astonished by all of the incredible work that you do from year to year to year. And the fact that I see so many people buy into it as well, whether it's providing the land to have some of these conservation areas or the volunteerism that you're seeing, whether it's 200 or 50 people showing up at all of these great events. I'd really like to thank the staff, Jeff, you especially, coming from Sparta, we've got in touch. So, seeing that we can do great things is always really special. So I'm really proud to say that I'm from this area, and thank you for the incredible work you do and the incredible leadership. Thank you so much for today.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would also like to take a brief moment to recognize our outgoing chair, Grant Jones, and our vice chair, Lori Baldwin Sands. 2 years ago, they were elected to these positions. 80% of us were new to the Conservation Authority Board of Directors. We were all eager, but green nonetheless. Grant and Lori provided constant leadership throughout this period of transition for our board and through a variety of changes through the CA Act. As a team, they have advocated for the CA, mentored new board members, and inspired all of us to do our best work. They were an asset when this organization needed it most. We have gifts for each of you in recognition of your leadership and service. To Grant, we present a photograph of Lake Erie shoreline, a photograph by Barry Atchison, a local artist, and Lori, a beautiful photograph of Kettle Creek.
Am I supposed to say something?
Sure. And if you want.
I just said, Elizabeth, this is kind of an inside joke with the board of directors, but it kind of looks like Grand Canyon to me.
Poor man's grandkids.
It's been
This is absolutely beautiful. I am absolutely overwhelmed. I think people know that my father was on KCCA for a very long period of time, and as a young person, we used to walk this area when KCCA was first young, and this is very much appreciated. Thank you so very, very much.
I'd just like to say, over the past 2 years, the highlight's been Ted and Doug and Miles. So it is a privilege. Thank you.
That concludes our annual general meeting. And again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending and those attending virtually. Our next full authority meeting is scheduled for March 26th, 2025. Can I get a motion for adjournment? Lori? Jim?
We're good.
That's it?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.